Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 4. We're going to be starting off today by spending our blood from the last session, putting a little bit in hemomancy there. Geez, none of these work for us. We don't have much because we were just running the dungeons. So it is what it is. We're just going to try and keep leveling these up, and we're already out. We're going to be doing more dungeons today. Having a look at the season journey, the next big things are going to be pushing for the tier 20 dungeon and level 65 and getting sacred legendaries everywhere. We could go after Grigor, but I think it's probably best if we wait until we're a little bit higher level, like at least 62. That's a guess. I've never seen Grigor before, so it's all a bit of an unknown. We're going to run a tier 12 dungeon, so let's head in and do that right now. I should probably salvage some of these up a little bit. Actually, while we're heading across, I'll get my my plan ready on the other window, just in case we find anything cool, so I can just double check what it is I wanted. And there's my glyph calculator. Right, so we're running 12s and we're currently somewhere around 6. I'll update that properly when we're done with this. Right, we're on the move. Probably should have checked the affixes for this, but as I've said before, it's not really super vital because most of them are much of a muchness in terms of how they affect us, because we've got good resistances. Like if we were pushing straight for a tier 14, then I definitely would have paid more attention. So we're getting hit by something which is reducing our dodge chance. We don't care about losing dodge chance. We want people to hit us. Splendid chest, not trapped though. Ooh, there's another glyph for us. That is the dominate glyph. We'll grab that right now. There can't be many glyphs that we haven't already picked up. That does nothing. Honestly, in this section, we are just looking straight for the Vile Chamber. So we could run through, but I fancy killing some mobs just to get us up to level 59.
I'm not ready yet.
You know what? Come with me, dude. Come with me. It's just a time-based survival, this bit, so it should be all fine. Let's put on more Thorns. We'll just make sure we keep our damage reduction high. We are a little bit frozen, but we were in our damage reduction phase at that point, so not a big deal. Grab that sacred ring. And a little bit of stun right on our face. We still haven't found the Vile Chamber. This might just be a searching dungeon. I don't remember having been to the Sunken Fortress in the past, but I probably have been.
My friends were cut down. I won't last on my own.
Yeah, it's true, you won't.
They're going.
That is a hell of a lot.
I need more fury.
Luckily, we're quite good. Oh, there's another glyph. Weapon Master. So there was at least one more that we hadn't grabbed.
Have enough fury.
Thorns. Right, that's the last that we needed to kill. Everything else is just bonus XP.
I don't have enough fury. Don't have enough fury.
Even more. There we go. We can finally finish this and get our reward, which is probably going to be obols.
Thank you, Wanderer. Without you, I'd be dead.
Just 30 obols, but we got almost enough XP to go up an entire other section. More damage reduction from bleeding enemies seems like a very smart choice. That is based on dexterity purchased within range. It's going to be a while before we can get it up. But if we get it up to 25, that's another 14 we could add there, which would take it to 19. What other dexterity do we have nearby? These two. So we could push across for this direction, but we'll do that when we're heading for the next board. We'll go bang, 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 and then down and across. And that way, when we get the extended range, we could grab these two, and that'll just be perfect. So, still looking for the vial chamber.
I'm low on fury.
We're not looking to super rush through everything, but we are looking to make good progress. Because it's mostly about the glyph leveling up. Our own level's going to come with time. I think this might be it up here. Yeah. The drowned sea hag. Now she is likely to hit quite hard. So it's worth us trying to keep up our damage reduction. Got a nice berserk on just as she was about to hit us. I think we should be good now. There we go. First time this season. Oh, we've got a decent two-handed axe from that, actually. That could be cool to change over to. We're going to keep putting points into Revenge. We could, as I said, put into Blood Feeder, but we'll keep focusing on Revenge for the moment. So it's currently rank 7. So running tier 12s. We need to do 34 of them in order to get it up to the next radius. It's going to be a while. Right, yeah, we got that damage reduction from enemies, so we're going to start pushing this way. In terms of other stuff we could do on this bit, extra damage to bleeding enemies up there, that's always nice. Extra damage to elites is always nice. More potion healing we don't really care that much about. More maximum life is fine, but I think it's worth us moving on and getting the next board in play. What did we grab? In fact, let's get out of here and we'll have a quick look at what we grabbed and move on for the next dungeon. Okay, having a proper look. So the axe has a relatively low item power compared with our current sword. So we're not going to switch over to it. Even though I want to move over to axes at some point. Sacred Legendary Ring. We've got Sacred Legendaries in both slots, so unless it's super amazing... Critical strike chance, vulnerable damage, damage to crowd control, maximum fury is not super amazing. And we don't care about the thing on it either. That's a perfect roll for Berserk Ripping. We've currently got perfect roll for Berserk Ripping on our ring, which is a nice ring that we've bothered to upgrade fully. So as nice as this is, we would want to stick some other aspect on it. So damage over time, basic damage, core damage, and ultimate skill damage. It could be better. The item power is fine. And the extra critical strike damage is an improvement. We'd just lose damage to slow enemies, which you don't care about, and a bit of damage to bleeding enemies, and then obviously the Climate of Elements affix. Alright, here's a theory. We switch across to this, and we stick that should be down there. And we stick something else on it. Do we have Relentless on any things at the moment? Yes, good. And we have Anemia on something else. I mean, we could extract this. We could extract this and put it on instead. That's fine. So we'll swap that over. Extract this aspect, put it on here temporarily, and that'll be good enough. And then we could also potentially enchant this one. So, yeah. Let's upgrade it for now. Because we're not going to spend our resources doing anything else. Salvage our items. So this is going under the hammer, that's going under the hammer. This is being extracted, and we're putting a socket in and maybe doing an enchant. One more level and we can upgrade all of these gems as well. That's going to be quite a difference. Alright, if we wanted to just imprint this, what could we put in it? Limitless Rage, meh. Berserk Ripping, meh. Okay, none of these are great, so extracting this and putting it in is the better option. Takes a little bit, but it's fine. Okay, that is an upgrade. So we're still waiting for boots and trousers, chest piece and helmet. To all be legendary. Let's while we're here, that's a tier 12. I think we could probably push for tier 14s, so we'll try one of them. Quick Killer gives us extra speed, nudging evade. So this is poison enchanted and they do extra poison damage. How is our poison resist? Our poison resist is fine. I mean, all of our resists are fine. Yeah, I think we'll go for the Renegade's Retreat. So we are going to be punching quite a bit above our weight at the moment. We just need to be a little bit careful. Because we're pretty tanky and survivable. And having 2 extra tiers for the dungeon is not going to really change things significantly, as long as we pay attention to what's going on. We're not going to get any extra XP for hitting stuff that's 9 levels above us. But we will get extra glyph XP. And we might get better drops as well, so... These are all things that we need to consider when weighing up which dungeons we go for. I hit a little bit painfully, but it's fine. As long as we're keeping on top of our healing, and Hemomancy is doing a bang-up job for that.
I'm not ready yet.
Poison enchanted over here. Let's hit them. We're actually looking for the keepers, but we haven't seen them. Last time we went the wrong way, so we'll try and not do that this time. Right, there was stuff over here. We'll grab that. We'll swing round this direction this time and hopefully find the keepers a bit faster. Now the aspect that I've got at the moment that I just put on, the one that's giving us the extra elements, we've had that a couple of times, and each time I've looked at it and gone, oh, we don't really need to extract it. I should have kept a copy of it. I think it's worth keeping a copy of most things like that, especially if you get good rolls on them, just so that you have them available as an option. Because you never know when you're going to want to switch your gear over. No thank you. Don't need you to be hitting me with your giant mace. I'm all for giving you the Thorns damage, but Thorns damage when you're lightly tapping me rather than Thorns damage when you're nearly killing me. That's my ideal. Grab the crystals. No keepers down here yet. We're going to find that they're around the other side. It's sod's law, you know. You pick a direction to go and they're probably the other way. Still, we do get to kill a whole bunch of mobs.
I'm out of fury.
And we might not be getting extra XP for the level difference, but we are still getting good XP. So let's come in and kill this guy. Try and not get frozen.
I must wait.
Definitely grab the goodies. So first keeper is done. Let's check this way.
ready yet.
Okay, not down in this corner. And there's a target. Make a point of trying to keep away from the dangerous freezing. And we'll push. There we go. More damage to bleeding enemies. What did we get for this? Dust Devil and there. A fine helm. It's not amazing, but it's fine. Let's get some berserking in here for the super Thorns. Yeah, we're definitely able to run tier 14, so that makes me very happy. With 3 potential dangerous modifiers, we will need to read the glyphs, sorry, the sigils before coming in. But in itself, that's not a problem. That's just, you know, can't be running in recklessly. Cause something like this, getting stunned with bad affixes around, could be terrible for us. A little bit of berserking. That gets us some nice Thorns damage. Yeah, keeping berserking is how we end up doing most of our Thorns damage. So it's well worth it to time when you activate your special abilities. Like in a big group like this, having the area Thorns damage going off saves you a hell of a lot of time on killing them all. Yeah, put most of them right by the entrance. Oh, we've got Bloodseekers coming in. This is going to be dangerous. Right, 1 dead. 2 dead. Cool. We got some blood out of that. Yeah, definitely worth us paying attention to things like that. Oh, lethal shrine. We will get a lethal shrine as we move in.
I'm low on fury.
But it's going to be just a little bit of time before we can. But we might actually have another Paragon point before then. Be right in the middle of all of them as they explode.
I'm low on fury.
You know what? Let's activate our berserking. Try and take advantage of it a little. Okay, we're going to want to grab that just as we run into the boss.
I can't lift more.
So, we'll put that point in there. That gives us more damage to bleeding enemies. Let's head back very quickly. We'll clear out our inventory and then we'll go and kill the boss with the lethal shrine. And it should be fast. There we go. That's all we needed to do. Literally just clear the space out. And then we go back in. Hi. Where are you? Look at how much damage he took there. Sacred boots. And a sacred helm. Okay, I'm probably going to like both of those. More revenge. That's continuing to boost up our previous thing. So we're now up to rank 8. And we are running tier 14s. So we just need 12 of these to get it up to glyph level 15. It very quickly scales up. So our current boots are doing absolutely nothing for us. So what we would want is any boots we get to have worthwhile resistances on. Those stats are kind of interesting, actually. We'd want it to have worthwhile resistances on, and potentially something useful like Grasping Whirlwind. Do we have Grasping Whirlwind on anything else? No, we don't. So these are actually not terrible. We're losing the Fortified Generation. We're losing Fire Resist and Poison Resist. Fury cost reduction, it does kind of help a little bit, but it's not amazing. The dodge chance against distant enemies is not necessarily a good thing for us. I don't know. We'll let's head down here and just go through each item individually. Distant enemies have a chance to be stunned. Don't really care about that. Salvage. Don't care about the Dust Devils. Salvage. Life on kill. Ranks of Rupture. I mean, our current helmet is really, really good in terms of the affixes. So we're gonna need something that has at least 2 resistances on. So this helmet, as nice as it is, we could re-roll Ranks of Rupture into a resistance, but Life on Kill is a bit of a dead thing for us. The +2 intelligence actually would give some resistance, but not much. So 4.4 up to 5.3. It's a tiny bit. I think we just salvage this. It's a shame, it's just not quite there. So these, we could re-roll that dodge chance into another resistance. It's got potential. It's got potential. It's got a reasonable cold resist roll, but it is far from perfect. Our current one has like the lowest roll on both of the resistances. That's why I'm not caring too much about that. This other helmet was just not worth entertaining. So that goes.
I can break that down.
And these boots, well, they had the berserking duration, which is quite nice. Not having any resistances at all is problematic. Right, let's see if we can enchant these and swap that dodge chance into a resistance, and then we can plan around that. Now, we do end up spending a lot of resources re-rolling and enchanting stuff like this, but the boots actually have something that we wanted on them, kind of. Eventually I'm going to like switch them across for anemia. We have anemia already somewhere else. Yeah, we've got it on our gloves. When we get Gore's devastating grips, we'll want to swap it over at that point. But for right now, we have the resources to do this. So, dodge chance against distant enemies. Let's go no change. And we'll try again. No change. We're getting pretty unlucky with this. There we go. Poison resist. It's not a great poison resist, but it is one that we've already got. So we're swapping fire for cold. We can swap that over for a ruby. So we need to
Don't be a stranger. Come back soon.
sort out our powers. We need 1 fewer ferocity and 2 more divinity. Which is basically what this this changed. So cleansing acid. So we need 2 divinity and 1 eternity. Nice. We can get this upgraded, and that'll last us for a while. And at least it's doing something for us. That's what I'm thinking with this. Let's glug third eye elixir for the moment, so we get the extra experience.
That looks worn. I can fix it. Rare to have something so fine.
That's pretty significant. 29% cold resist, 24% poison resist. They're not the lowest roll possible. And fury cost reduction, which is going to help us whirl a bit. In terms of our stats, yeah, we want to drop that out. And depending on how close we are, we might want to put a diamond back in. There's the jeweler. So we'll unsocket this.
That came about nicely.
Check these out. Yeah, if we... I think we're going to have to put a ruby in. We're going to have to put a ruby in. That's fine. That's fine across the board. I'm happy enough with that. So we'll salvage that up. Boots are done enough. So now it's just the trousers, the chest, and the helmet, and the amulet. Amulet's going to be a while before we find a good one to switch across to. And I say that because our current one has such good abilities on, well, I mean, the resist all is great. Crawling seal damage, don't care. Shrine buff, don't care. The damage reduction from close enemies is great. The total armor is great.
The forge is always hot.
Let's spend a little bit of our blood. Hemomancy up to rank 3. That is great for us. Cursed Touch up to rank 2. That is great for us. These are big, big changes. Just make sure everything's equipped. Yes, it is. Okay. You're a tier 11. You're a tier 15. You're a tier 15. You're a tier 14, you're a tier 14. So we don't care about these. It's only this side that we want. This could be fine. We could do a tier 15. Duration of vulnerable effects versus monsters is reduced. Monsters do more shadow damage and suppress it. This is actually a really good one for us. Like, we don't care too much about the vulnerable duration being reduced. It will affect our ability to fight slightly, So if we're actually moving up to running a 15... my mistake. It's going to take 32 runs. I had my switches around the wrong way. Still, 32 runs at tier 15 is... it's not too bad. We're going to get a lot of XP, that's for certain. Off to a good start. But yeah, it's very much a grind at this stage in the game. You push as hard, as fast as you can, as high as you can. As soon as we can, we'll probably want to move up to tier 4 so that we can be getting XP for stuff that's much further above our level, but we will lose more resistances when we do that. So we don't just want to do it without considering what the impact's going to be. The Hemomancy step forwards is really quite noticeable in terms of the damage the mobs are taking. Barrier's been dispelled. We can already move on.
I don't have enough fury.
Question is, where is the barrier? It's probably going to be up this way. Follow me, mate. I will kill you at some point. Like every 4 seconds I'll take a swing and you'll hopefully die from that. What have we got? We got Challenge Shrine, sure. Ah, we have a cursed Challenge Shrine. This would be a great time to actually have our Challenge Shrine. I am worried about the explosions from these guys, of course. Not too many explosions, please, guys. At least not all at the same time. Okay, let's put this point in. So I said we were going to swing across and down, or down and across. I think we'll go dexterity or willpower. The willpower improves resource generation and overpower damage, and that's fine, but dexterity does critical strike chance. So we're going to go this way and then across. We still have loads of space in our inventory, so... let's take advantage of the channeling to try and spin down as many mobs as we can quickly. Right, nothing worthwhile that way. Let's move on up. And it's already gone. Oh well. So being level 60, we can upgrade our potion and upgrade our gems. There is the rusted key.
The old Zakarum church is supposed to be empty, but I heard bells tolling. They called to me, splitting open my dreams. A call that demanded an answer. I must release them. This holy place reeks of seawater and rot. I'm going to drown in it. There is no escape. It's hard to think when the ringing of those damn bells fills my head.
I really love the bits of lore that you get found around. Once again, Drowned Sea Hag. Just a different way of fighting her. She has the potential to do more damage, so we need to perhaps be a little bit more careful. So I want to be keeping our damage reduction up. She's almost gone. There we go. Belfry's done, tier 15, and that gave us a Sacred Helm. Okay, well, points are going to go into Revenge. Running tier 15, 30-ish more dungeons will get our sigil up so that it expands in its radius. So what did we get from that? That's pretty nice. Dire Whirlwind, we don't really care much about it as an affix, but it is something that we can utilize. We rely a bit on actually inflicting critical strikes against vulnerable enemies. So do we have we do have Dire Whirlwind already in a ring. And I think we have... We don't have a spare. So we'll extract that to make sure it doesn't go to waste. Core skill damage, damage to close enemies, damage to slowed enemies, damage to stunned enemies. These are all fine, but they're not amazing. I mean, the damage to close enemies is the best one on there. The rest of them, we're not guaranteeing to stun things. We're not guaranteeing to slow things. This helmet, let's have a look. I said I wanted 2 resists plus something. This has got good maximum life, so we get to keep that. It's got cold resist on. It's got a reasonable roll on it as well. So we get to keep that. We could re-roll the ranks of Steel Grasp. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to lose a bit of the cooldown reduction, but I think this is fine. Let's try and enchant that.
First Carlo, now Leah. There's something out there killing us and no one will do anything.
So, Steel Grasp is no use to us. Basic skill attack speed is an improvement, but it's not much. No change on that one. Poison resist. I would much rather have a higher poison resist. In fact, really I want lightning resist. Because that would be... I suppose we could take that out, couldn't we? We could swap that over for a lightning one. And that would balance things out, in effect. We're going to be swapping over our... we're going to be swapping over our bits anyway. So, yeah. We don't need to change over the pacts, because the pacts are the same. So, we want to imprint it with disobedience. And this is going to be a significant step up, giving us up to 54% improved armor, as opposed to our previous one, which is 36%. It's really going to help us. Okay, let's extract this.
Very good.
Make sure that that
Still
is
intact.
tidied over here. And we can just salvage up that old helmet. Let's go do some upgrades quickly. So old helmet goes, everything else goes actually, and upgrade the new helm. Right, we need to sort out our gems, and that's going to be probably the last thing we have time for beyond doing our potion.
I'm the only merchant with jewels like these.
So we want to unsocket everything.
Oh, that's finished.
We'll start with our defensive skills. Cold and poison are already maxed out. Lightning needs more. In fact, let's salvage all these up first. So, that's a good step in the right direction. That is better. I think fire is the other one that we really need. Look at those resists. Those resists are great. Okay, emeralds. Thorns. 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 We can put more sockets in, but honestly, for this, it's not worth us putting another socket in it. For this, it's not worth us putting another socket in because these are going to be replaced. And we're only one teensy bit short. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. Okay. Let's go back and salvage up some of our sigils just before we finish off. And then we'll do our potion. So we can run 15s. We're very happy with that. 15, 15. That's a 16. That's a maybe 14. That's a 15. That's a 16. Everything else can go.
You can still use these.
Avenger, monster lightning damage, monster vulnerable resist. That's a pretty good choice. Lightning storms, annoying. Dodge breakers are fine though. Cold damage is fine. So that's another good choice. Volcanic, monster fire damage, and backstabbers. I'm not keen on becoming vulnerable, but it's also not the worst. Most of these look fine, actually. Yeah. I think they're all going to be good. Seeing as we have some ovals, let's do a teeny bit of gambling as well. I'll do the potion first, so I don't forget, because it's something that's going to be easy to forget. There we go.
See you again soon.
Strong healing potion all set out. And we'll gamble for one-handed weapons, hoping to get something Skullbreaker. Something Skullbreakery would be very nice, because that'll improve the efficiency of when we're stunning stuff. So probably swords.
Like before. This isn't for the fort for Akarat. Surely you understand that.
Earth Strikers. Wind Slasher. Neither of these is good for what we need. It's a shame, but you can't always get what you need. So we'll just pop in here and put them under the hammer. Right, so things that we still need to do. We're going to keep grinding more dungeons next time, definitely. We still need to actually spend our blood. I'll do that just before we finish. But our real focuses are going to be swapping over our trousers and probably our chest piece. Chest piece is going to be replaced by razor plate. If we get lucky and find that, that's going to be like ideal. Getting a decent amulet would be really, really nice. We could go do a whisper just to give us that cash, but I think that's going to have to be next time. Let's keep putting points into Accursed Touch, and I think that's the last of the blood we can spend. Okay, well, we're going to finish it up there. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. Fewer dungeons than last time, but we had more logistics to sort out, and yeah, in terms of survivability, 54% damage reduction from enemies of equal level is a really good place to be, especially at level 60, and the same with the resistances. I like that it shows how much over the resistance cap you've got. That's very, very cool to see. As always, if you have enjoyed this, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for some more Diablo 4. See you soon.